unnecessary intro song to totally waste your time. Well, Happy New Year. It's 2025. Or 1/25. January 2025. And this is, coincidentally, episode number 125. Isn't that fun? I didn't go anywhere last night. I stayed home. Went to sleep at about 9 o'clock. Dum Dum woke me up at about 11:45, barking at a raccoon on the deck. And I got up and turned on the light to shoo the raccoon away. But the raccoon just stared at me. Like, what are you going to do? You're going to come out here in your underwear on the deck and deal with me, a raccoon? Do you know who I am? Do you see this outfit? You see this mask? So I called his bluff and I slid the door open. And off he ran, like a pussy. Like everybody I ever met who wears a mask. But anyway, so 15 minutes later, actually, hold on. A pigeon, my favorite pigeon, just came to the door, and he eats out of my hand. So I'm going to give him a handful of peanuts while I'm talking to you. Maybe you can hear it. Maybe I should shut up while I'm doing it. Here you go, E-Dub. He's by himself, so the other pigeons aren't around. Come on. No? No? You don't want him? He's like, I don't know. You're usually not talking into a phone when you're handing out the peanuts. And usually my friends are around. Come on, E-Dub. Come on. All right, you win. I'm just going to put them in the dish. That would have been fun. It would have been fun to hear the pigeon wings flapping and landing on my hand with the small little noises of E-Dub eating the peanuts. But alas, E-Dub is shy today. E-Dub stands for Eagle Wings. By the way, E-W, Eagle Wings. He's a very beautiful pigeon, like one of the most beautiful I've ever seen. Instantly became my favorite, and he knows. It's so weird. I'm telling you, I'm not going to go down a rabbit hole of pigeons right now, as if pigeons live in rabbit holes. They don't. But pigeons know, just like any other creature, just like your friends know. If you play favorites with a person, if you're interested in a person, if you think they're the prettiest person in the room, they will know. And E-Dub knows. He's the first one that flies to my hand. He knows he's the special little prince. He was blessed with good looks. What can I say? Anyway, so, yeah, back to the story. I woke up, because the raccoon woke me up for New Year's. I guess they wear new masks on New Year's, right? That's, I guess, pretty appropriate. Maybe he was just dressed in his New Year's costume. Here I am thinking he was dressed like a thief. Maybe it was one of those New Year's Eve masks. And he was going to the ball, and the ball happened to be on my deck. But anyway, I watched some fireworks. They were kind of uneventful. I think because San Francisco is so depressed about Trump, they didn't celebrate like they usually do. Anyway, I went back to sleep and woke up to a beautiful pink sunrise, like super pink, like Florida kind of pink. And I thought, well, that's beautiful. That's a nice way to start off a new year. But I was kind of half in and half out of sleep, and I just started thinking of the phrase, live every day like it's your last. And I thought, that sounds like bad advice, actually. If I know it's my last day, I kind of figure I would be doing stuff like making sure my will was out on the table, organizing some things. I'd probably clean my house more than usual, probably panic a little bit. Depending on if I knew how I was going to die, I might spend all day trying to prevent it in kind of a paranoid kind of way, like maybe standing behind the door with a shotgun, or not driving my car if I knew it was going to be a car wreck. Live every day like it's your last. How about live every day like it's just a good day, you know? Why think about the last day? You don't need to be thinking about your last day. That's weird. That's worrisome. That's too much. It's too much existentialism. Live every day like, I don't know. What else? Anyway, so I just basically did what I always do every day, and which is get up and write a song. And usually I write a song based on the dream that I had, but I didn't really remember my dream. But I did wake up with that New Year's Day thing. So I woke up and I wrote a song about New Year's Day called Same Old Me. Because that's the deal. We make all these big plans for New Year's, but really, you end up being you. I see stuff on Facebook or whatever. People making big plans, big changes for the new year, things are going to be different for me. And great, if you want to change, if you need to change, if you've got some terrible habit and you're 700 pounds, fine. Shave off 10, get down to 690, a bouncy 690. Make your improvements, but not because it's New Year's Day, just because you shouldn't be 700 pounds. You know who you are. Not because it's New Year's Day. It seems like if you make big ceremonial things, they kind of lead to disappointments. Bless you, dum-dum. I wrote the song on my little Rhodes piano up in my room, and I had it pretty much done. Came out pretty quickly, pretty simple concept. Same old me on New Year's Day. Went down to the piano downstairs, recorded it a couple times, listened to it, came back upstairs, looked at the lyrics, and I was like, no, that part needs to change. So I changed the part. I was rhyming with resolutions, and I had convolutions in there. I was like, I don't need convolutions. Delusions, that's what I need. Because resolutions are sometimes delusions. And that's kind of the key, right? The key to life is finding that balance between making changes that you need to make and then being actually grateful for who you are, however you are. Like, say you fail. Say you make some big changes. Or you say you're going to make them. You make some resolutions, and then 2 days later, you've broken them all, and you feel like shit. What about just having some gratitude that you're alive anyway and that you can try and fail? Failing isn't bad. It's not as bad as people make it out to be. Failing can be fun. You know, you learn a lot when you fail if you're halfway smart. You know, chicken shit weirdos give up when they fail and they never try again. And they make fun of people that are trying. You know, they point out other people's failures. Anyway, you know all this shit. I make some changes in my life every year, but I don't change that much. I've noticed as I get older, I'm a little bit more tidy. You know, my house is a little bit more, I seem more gay than I used to in the way I keep my house clean. I don't know. I think it's because when your testosterone lowers, and yes, men, that happens and it's okay. You don't need to be Joe Rogan and you don't need to lift weights all day, every day and take wiener pills and testosterone pills to cling to youth. You can actually just embrace what your body is doing. And I think that what bodies do as they get older is that men and women kind of just become more similar. And this is, my theory is this is why grandparents seem happy, the ones that stay together. It's because they're slowly morphing into each other. You know, the woman starts growing a beard. The man starts feeding birds, you know, taking care of plants, noticing things more. He's a little bit more tender. You know, and they're just becoming more alike. That's why it's weird to me when I see people my age that are fighting that, you know, like they're fighting this process rather than enjoying it. Like, I'm so glad I'm not being dragged around by my dick anymore. You know, ever since my balls let go of me, I didn't know I was being dragged around by my dick for all those years. I didn't know. And if you would have told me that, I would have said, no, I'm not. Come on. I'm not doing things to get laid or win the attention of a cute girl. Don't be silly. But, you know, once your dick lets go and stops dragging you around, and you do become interested in the critters and the plants and the animals, it's like, it's so weird. I walk through San Francisco now and it's totally different than walking around 15 years ago. You know, 15 years ago, I'm on my way to a social event or something, and I'm noticing the architecture maybe, or, you know, possibilities for photographs or, you know, traffic. Now, if I walk through San Francisco, I'm like, ooh, that's an interesting succulent. Ooh, what's this tree like? You know, I guess I did that before too. I always, one of the things I like to do when I'm walking is if there's a tree, a leaf hanging down, I like to pick a leaf off, crack it, and smell it. You know, I must look like an idiot walking down the street, but you'd be amazed at how fragrant some of these leaves are. Some of them are just super citrusy and floral. Others have no smell. Others have kind of that latex kind of smell. But anyway, so I guess I'm kind of ruining my thesis right here that I've changed that much, because I guess I've done that all along. But no, I now I recognize plants and I see little things more, and I'm much less interested in people, you know, engaging with them, seeing what they're doing, what they look like. I'm just like, I couldn't be less interested, you know. I'm embracing it, quite frankly. Yeah, we're going to die. Getting older kind of sucks. The pains, the aches and the pains, the lack of flexibility. That's the one I guess I could stretch and shit. I probably should, but I probably won't, you know? Hence the song, Same Old Me. Same old me. Just like yesterday. So yeah, I don't have much more to report on today. When I was recording the song, I thought, should I share this song? I mean, I shared songs on eventful days, Christmas, New Year's, birthday. You know, I write a song every day, but I usually don't share them. But for some reason, when I was writing this song, and I felt like this is one I could probably share, you know? There's an excuse. New Year's Day is an excuse to share a song, don't you think? So I decided I would. And I'll leave it right here, right now, at the end of this recording. Thanks for listening. It's New Year's Day, or so you say. The world feels just the same as yesterday. I'm too old for revolution. I ain't sold on evolution. There will be no resolution to change my way. I'm the same old me. As yesterday. New Year's Day, go on and play your silly little game as years slip away. I ain't selling you solutions or buying new delusions. There will be no resolution to change my way. I'm the same old me. As yesterday. The same old me. On New Year's Day. I'm the same old me. On New Year's Day.